Hi everybody, my name is Zissy Muller. Before I start the video, I would like to say that I'm deeply humbled and grateful to have been asked to be part of something so monumentous as the healing journey on grief. So my story began some quite number of years ago, where I lost my incredible, beautiful, smart child prodigy right before the second Seder, a week before his 7th birthday. At that time, the world wasn't like it is today, where you hear, unfortunately, every single day a different story. In my time, a child being nifter was a huge scare and fright, because it just wasn't heard of. And even Misaskim wasn't even open yet, and the High Lifeline had just started their grief chapter, and the tapestry had just opened, was just a fledgling idea, and it really was not what it is today. Baruch Hashem, everything has evolved, and we now have so much help out there. But at that time, it was a very raw and lonely time, because there wasn't the help and the support like there is today. So at that time, it was a very hard experience of going through grief for myself and my family and in our community. I like to call the grief process and healing a journey, because that's really what it is. It's a part of life of healing, and the process of healing is to go through different levels. So if we start at A and we end at E, there's different parts and different levels of the process. And it's very crucial, very important to go through each process. You cannot jump from A to C and from C to E without having any repercussions. It is extremely important to go through each process as they come, each level as they come, so that you don't regress and the pain and then the healing falls back because you missed some layers. It's very crucial to go through the layers. I cannot say what those layers are, because grief is so individual. It is not something that anyone could give you directions for or really technically write a book about, because everybody deals with grief differently. Your upbringing, your childhood, the way you, on an individual level, process things and heal, the way you, your body physically and mentally deals with nisayons and traumas is different. So each person is really on their own, technically, figuring out those layers by themselves. For me, there were so many different stages: the pain, the loneliness, the anger towards Hashem, my spirituality, my relationship to my children, my relationship to the world around me, and connecting, recreating the world we know it as life, and recreating a new life despite such challenges, because we go from a previous life to a new life, and that putting those pieces together again and finding who you are, this new person that you are, and how to deal with family, spouses, workmates, friends, all that is a part of that journey. So you're not just dealing with the loss of your child, you're dealing with your identity, you're dealing with how you view life, and how do you go from there. So there really isn't one set way of that I could say this is what you should do. It's really very individual. What I must say is most important part of the process is to really keep in touch with yourself, and to keep in touch with what you need. Not to worry what anyone else is going to think, what will my boss think, what will my kids think, what will my friends think, what will anyone think. You have to do you. It is very important that you remain true and authentic to what you need through this process. And if you need something that doesn't make sense to anyone else, that's okay. Like, you have to give yourself that permission to be okay with what you need. And it doesn't make you crazy, and it doesn't make you a depressed person, and it doesn't make you someone that's losing their mind. It means that right now you need to do you. This is the time to be selfish. This is the time to not care what others think, because you need to heal. And there's a broken part of you. There's a traumatized part of you. Child loss is not normal. It is not something that Hashem created to be normal. We cannot wrap our psyche around something like child loss because it's not the norm of things. Going to a child's grave is deeply traumatizing. Going to a child's levaya is life-altering. For those that held their child beforehand, those are not something that a sane mind could wrap around easily. So protecting that psyche again, putting yourself back together mentally and emotionally, has to be about the way you need it and what you need. And it doesn't really matter what anybody else says. So it's number one, step one is crucial to be okay and to even be selfish in what you need at this point, because this really is about you. Because your future you is going to rely on how you take care of yourself. So that's step number one. What I recommend is do not worry about what others are going to think. Do not worry about what others are going to say. Whatever you need to do for yourself, that should go do. And you don't need anyone's permission, and you don't need anyone's validation. You do you. Crucial. And number two is, even after you give yourself the permission, it is okay to realize that there is no normal anymore. Whatever is normal for you, that's what you need to do. So if you need to take off from work, if you need to stay in pajamas all day, one day when you're extremely triggered, if you need to cry in the shower, if you need to not go to a simcha, if you need to talk to a friend, if you need to go again to a therapist, all that is okay, because that's what you need for yourself. And this is the time. It's okay. It's not crazy. It's not weird. It's not mean. It's not selfish. This is what you need for the day. We are not expected to be perfect. We are not expected. Third, your relationship with Hashem. Your relationship with Hashem, for many people with grieving loss, does go through many, many different ups and downs. For myself personally, I was very, very angry for a very long time. I was, at that point, considered myself an extremely connected person to Hashem. I knew exactly what I had. I davened 3 times a day. I was an erlicha person. I was someone that really connected to my Judaism, to my connection to Hashem, and to being a refined Jew. It took a big hit. My spirituality took a big hit, and for being honest, I couldn't look at a siddur or pick up a siddur for a while, for a long time. And my friends used to tell me, Zissy, how could you talk like that about Hashem? You know what? I did, and I would do it again if I would have to, because Hashem knows. Hashem is not expecting us to take a nisayon like that and say, thank you, Hashem, for giving such a wonderful nisayon. Hashem knows. And he gave you that nisayon because however and when you're ready to come back in the way that you need it to be, is part of the nisayon too. And so if you need to be angry, or if you need to be sad, or if you need to be vent about your spirituality or what you believe in or how you're going to connect to Hashem again, those are all okay. And nobody could tell you that it's not okay. Any Rabbanim or any Rav could tell you that it's okay. It's okay. We have a Hashem to cry to. We have an Hashem to yell to. We have an Hashem to be angry at. You'll get there. I am back there 100,000,000%. And I could tell you that you get there. And so if you need to vent, if you need to feel like you don't know where you are right now in your connection to Hashem, if you feel like crying to Hashem, why did you do this to me? You may do so. And you know what? It's normal. It's normal. It's okay. It's normal. And you don't need to feel guilty about it, because we're not computers and we're not robots. We're human and we're entitled to feel. And it's because we are connected to Hashem that we can get angry. If we wouldn't be connected to Hashem, we wouldn't feel that anger. We wouldn't feel that passion. It's because we're ma'aminim b'nei ma'aminim, because we believe and because we know that we can get to that angry place. And so if you do get there, don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty, because it's part of it. The next thing that I would say that's very extremely healing is to learn mindfulness therapy. Mindfulness therapy really helps a person keep in touch and get in touch with reality, and to realize that it's such a great tool in connecting to what you're feeling and how to be present at the moment while you're feeling it. So that's a number one tool that I would recommend to everybody, is getting some mindfulness therapy. The next thing I would definitely say is understand that there will be triggers. There'll be triggers. Some days you're going to feel like, oh, I've got all this, I'm okay now. I could face the world, or I could go back to work, or I can go to the simcha. And along the way, you'll be triggered. Something, you'll see something, you'll hear something. Something will make you jealous. Something will make you angry. Something will make you sad again. And whatever you worked on that whole day will just disappear. And that's okay. Triggers are normal. Grief is like a pebble you throw into the water, and it makes those ripples. As I think you did one ripple, then you do another one. It just keeps on going. So sometimes it may feel there's one trigger after another. And that's unfortunately the reality. It can't seem like that. It can't feel like that. It can make you, change how you feel in seconds, even after thinking today you're having a good day. So that's something I want to say, that it's okay. It's okay, and it's all normal. And the next thing I would probably say is reach out to someone. People do want to be there. They just don't know how. Some people don't know how to be there. They don't know the right things to say, or they don't know what you're feeling. And sometimes you're going to be feeling like, why didn't anyone think of me today? Why didn't anybody reach out? And sometimes they'll be like, well, maybe you're having a good day today and I don't want to bring it up. Your friends and your family could only be there if you let them in on how you want them to be there. They can't know. They're not mind readers. So if you're feeling lonely, or if you're feeling you're having a hard day, or you're scared by the yard sale coming up, or you're nervous about going to the cemetery, or you feel someone's not understanding you and you need someone to understand you, be present. Reach out to those people. Reach out to your loved ones, because they don't know. Having that expectation that someone should be there for me, and saying to yourself, like, oh, my friend didn't show up to me, my sister, my brother, whoever it is. You reach out to them and tell them, this is what I need. The same thing with upcoming simchas or anything else that might trigger you. If you are sensitive, or you're feeling sensitive, or you're feeling sad, or you're feeling scared about going to the simcha because someone's going to be there, or someone's child is going to remind you of your child, reach out to the Baal Simcha. They may do things for you, or they may, help you in ways, or be present in how you're feeling, because they truly don't know. They don't know what it is that you're feeling. So if you need to be present and reach out, do so. It will help you knowing that other people are thinking about you and feeling for you, because they want to. They just don't know how. And that includes support. That includes regular support too, whether it's in any type of way, any type of support you need. Reach out and tell people what you need. They're not mind readers. Like I said, they can't know. They don't know how to relate to you. So it's new territory for your family as well, family and friends as well. So the most important thing I would say is look inwards, see what you need and how you need it, and realizing that everything is okay. There's no not okay in the grief world. There's no everyone's gonna think I'm crazy. Nobody thinks you're crazy. There's no I don't know how, expectations that my friends or my family, if I'm not going to be there, you be there. You inform them what you need, and they'll gladly be there for you. And the most important thing is that to remember it's a journey. And while I don't wish this journey on anybody else, this journey, it evolves you. You become a kinder person. You become a more mindful person. You become a person where your values and what you think about in life changes and shifts. And you just become a better person. Now, I know you're going to tell me, but Zissy, who wants to become a better person on the death of their child? You just do. You just do. And always remember, your child is there for you. Your child is there to listen to you. And you're going to be okay. It may not seem like it now, but you're going to be okay. And I can promise you, I can attest that, while nobody wants this, it definitely turns you into an incredible, special person. And your child is always with you. My son is right here next to me under my name, my necklace. He's always in your heart. You'll never forget about your child. You'll never forget about the love that you had. The love stays. Your child stays always in your heart, in your neshama, and in your mind. And nobody could ever take that away from you. Wishing everybody much hatzlacha in this journey. And if anybody ever would like to reach out to me, please do so. I'll be glad to hear and share in this journey with you. Have a wonderful day.